Alright, so here we're looking at this question. And the question is to solve the equation 5d over 3 plus 1 equal to d over 6 plus 3. Solve the equation 5d over 3 plus 1 equal to d over 6 plus 3. So the equation that I was given here is 5d over 3 plus 1 is equal to d over 6 plus what? Plus 3. Alright. So the first thing I would want to do is to resolve this fraction into a single fraction and also resolve this fraction into a single fraction so that I can cross multiply. Alright, so this is the same thing as 1 all over what? This is the same thing as 1 all over 1. 1 divided by 1 will still give you what? 1. This is the same thing as 3 over 1. 3 divided by 1 will still give you what? 3. Alright, so the next thing I'm going to do in order for me to resolve this fraction into a single fraction is to look for the LCM of what? 3 and 1. So the LCM of 3 and 1 is what? Is 3. So I'll put that in 3. So 3 divided by 3 will give me what? 1 times the numerator, which is what? 5d, bracket close, plus 3 divided by 1 will give me what? 3 times the numerator, which is what? 1, equal to. So to resolve this fraction into a single fraction, the first thing I would do is to what? Look for the LCM of 6 and what? And 1. So the LCM of 6 and 1 is what? Is 6. 6 divided by 6 will give me 1 times the numerator, which is what? D, plus 6 divided by 1 will give me what? 6 times the numerator, which is what? 3, bracket close. Alright, so the next thing I'm going to do is to open up the bracket. So 1 times 5d will give me what? 5d, plus 3 times 1 will give me what? 3 over 3, equal to 1 times d will give me what? D, plus 6 times 3 will give me what? 18 over what? Over 6. So having done this, and I have a single fraction here, and I have a single fraction here. So the next thing I'm going to do is to cross multiply. Alright, so when I cross multiply, this 6 will multiply this what? 5d plus 3, and this 3 will multiply d plus 18. So 5d plus 3 times 6 will be 6 times what? 5d plus what? 3, bracket close, equal to 3 times this. Alright, so that will be 3 times what? D plus 18, bracket close. Alright, so having done that, 6 times 5d will give me what? 30d. So that will be 30d plus 6 times 3 will give me what? 18, equal to 3 times d will give me what? 3d, plus 3 times 18 will give me what? 54. Alright, so having done that, the next thing I'm going to do is to collect like terms. Alright, so this will be 30d. When this 3d crosses to this side of the equation, it will become minus 3d, equal to 54, which is this 54. When this 18 crosses to this side of the equation, it will become minus what? 18. So 30d minus 3d will give me what? 27d, equal to 54 minus 18 will give me what? 36. Alright, so the next thing I'm going to do is to divide both sides of the equation by the coefficient of d, which is what? 27. So this is divided by 27, divided by what? 27. So that this 27 will cancel out this 27, and that will make the d to stand alone. So my d will be equal to 36 over what? Over 27. Alright, so 3 here will give us 12. 3 here will give us what? 9. 3 here will give us 4. 3 here will give us what? 3. So nothing can cancel out again. So my d will be equal to what? 4 all over what? 3. Alright, so this is my answer. Or my d will be equal to what? So 4 divided by 3 is what? 4 divided by 3. So I'm going to count for 1, 2, 3, 4 and divide it by 3. 1, 2, 3. So that will give me one whole number. Alright, so 4 divided by 3 will give me one whole number. How many is remaining? We just have 1 remaining. So 1 remaining, 1 over what? Over 3. So this is my answer to this question. Alright, so your d is equal to 4 over 3. If you convert it into a mixed number, it will be 1 whole number, 1 all over what? Over 3. Okay,